What is blocking me from my soulmate? For this question, I'm really being drawn to your solar plexus. So the solar plexus is the area right above the stomach. It represents our self-esteem, our self-worth, our self-identity. It seems like it's stemming a lot from like comparing to other women, kind of like what I need to be lovable, or like kind of looking at like these type of people are lovable, like these type of women, maybe the way they look or what they have or the way they act. Like there's kind of an outside, a constant feeling that like there's something better than me out there, or that like I'm in a place of competition almost. And I don't feel like it's something that you're like living your life being like, oh, I'm competing with women to, you know, whatever, to get a man. But it actually feels more like this is in my lineage, or, you know, even just like being a woman, there were many times that men were off at war, and there were like more women than there were men, and we felt that need to like, oh my gosh, we need to like, you know, that very human need to like procreate, but there's not enough men out there. So it's nothing that like from a logical place, or that if somebody would ask you right now, like, oh, are you competing? Do you feel like there's not enough men out there? You may say like, no, I, you know, logically understand that there's a lot of people out there. But in this case, like it's in your body, this feeling that there are a lot of women out there, a lot of great women out there, and I'm kind of like competing for that, and that there's a smaller pool of what I'm looking for. So really, you know, first kind of working on yourself to bring that attention outward, where like, you know, your senses are kind of like bringing you to all like this big world that you live in, and like all the people that are here, like all the women that are also like looking for love or whatever, and to really turn inward and be like, you know, what's so beautiful about this world and this experience is that there is enough for everybody, no matter what it is that we're trying to, you know, get. And like my unique soul is going to attract like my unique match. So rather than focusing and looking at like, you know, kind of trying to quantifying everything that's out there, I'm really going to look inward within myself to really focus on me feeling good about myself, me taking care of myself, so that, and me like almost like kind of an inner mother, like reminding myself that this is very natural, that people coming together and finding each other is like such a natural thing. It is not, it's not magic really. Like most of us, most humans, like we are finding people all the time and attracting all the time. So really like reminding yourself, like a good mom being like, you know, this is natural. Like I'm not concerned for you. I'm not worried for you. This is such a natural thing that's going to happen, and you know how to do it. The other message I'm receiving is that you're not allowing yourself to be surprised. So it makes me feel like you're living life like waiting and wanting to know, like, oh, will it be this person? Is it gonna happen today? Is it gonna happen like through this? Is like, this is the way, where instead, you know, getting into the energy of surprise, because it does feel like this will be a surprise. So the energy of surprise is, think about when you're walking through your house and like your little sister or your brother or whatever tries to scare you. You know, the feeling is like, you're not really tapping into like who's in the house. Like you're distracted by something. You're probably in your head and you're just walking down the hallway, or you're thinking of a song or whatever, and all of a sudden your sister jumps out and says boo, and she scares you. And the only reason she was able to scare you is because you were not in tune in everything that was around you. You were just focused on yourself in that moment, and like what you know, whatever was occupying yourself at the time. So it's the only reason you were able to be surprised, right? When we're already on to our sibling and we're like, this guy's always trying to scare me. You know, you walk into the house and you're a little looking around, you're like, who's gonna scare me? And you almost like become a little neurotic about it. You're like, who's gonna try to get me? Because you've gotten used to knowing like, oh, this person's always trying to scare me and surprise me. So right now you're kind of walking around looking like, who's gonna get me? Who's gonna surprise me? Instead of like allowing yourself to really just fold into the present moment. Like whatever is presently exciting about your life, whatever is like beautiful and that you're loving about your life, like just fully letting yourself like get truly in it, and to not feel like you have to constantly be doing things to make love come your way, because there's something about your soul wanting it to be a surprise. So, you know, like you want it that way. And surprises can only come when we are deeply focused on something else, when we're deeply like in whatever is presently calling our attention. And then we're like, oh, I just got surprised. So really play with the energy of surprise and ask yourself, could you be surprised right now? It's like when we're waiting for our partner to propose to us and we want this like beautiful bachelor scene, but we're so intense about finding the clues that we don't let the partner give us a surprise. You know, the universe is trying to surprise you, but are you not allowing it to orchestrate the surprise? And how can you let yourself like get really present every day and get excited about this surprise at the same time, like knowing that like you're gonna be surprised one day, but almost having to like forget that you're gonna be surprised, which is tricky, you know, but it's really about getting really involved in your present moment rather than possibility or when's it gonna happen or what's gonna happen, and just like really being very present here and doing like what is calling you today, so that that surprise can come when it's meant to come. Hope that was helpful. Thanks for being here, guys. If that, you know, resonated with you, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Subscribe, share with a friend, and feel free to share more questions too, so I can download more messages.